combat sport, many centuries in the making. The ultimate display of skill, speed, and courage. An art honed in warfare, refined to perfection over ages. In the mighty peaks of the Himalayas, millennia ago, martial arts were born as monks defended their monasteries. In the West, the Greeks, Spartans, Romans, and Egyptians, wrestling, boxing, archery, sword fighting, tests of strength and bravery. In Africa, the majesty of the Maasai, the genius of Shaka and his short stabbing spear, Zulu fighting sticks, all martial arts developing, evolving. This is Last Fighter Standing. Let the battle for the ultimate glory begin. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and welcome your host and ambassador of Last Fighter Standing, Mr. Michael Jai White.
Good evening, Johannesburg. Welcome to the finals of the LFS Championships. As you may know, MMA is the fastest growing sport in the world, and LFS is the evolution of MMA. LFS is here to stay, and you, this audience, is the first audience in history of the championships in LFS. So give yourselves a round of applause.
And a very warm welcome to all our viewers all over the world. And those of you sitting at home watching on ETV tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, and now, the moment you've all been waiting for. The LFS Last Fighter Standing 2016 Featherweight Ladies Final! And fighting for their share of 1 million rand. Calling Bunmi Ojewole.
Bunmi Ojewole making her way down to the ring, very proud of that blue belt that is hung around her neck.
Both fighters have to be wary of each other's power.
It's a battle for her share of 1 million rand that is up for grabs tonight at Last Fighter Standing.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing her opponent from the Cameroon and now residing in South Africa, Clotilde Junior Esiane.
Also known as the Junior Beast. I must say, I did underestimate her just a little bit, but when I saw that vicious knockdown she put on Rushda Malik, I have nothing but respect for this young lady coming to the ring right now.
And the fight move to look out for here, the straight right hand.
The straight right hand, you got to get around it. It is too significant a weapon.
Michael, this is a significantly taller fighter against a shorter fighter. Is it safe to conclude that she's going to have the advantage in this fight?
Well, there's a definite advantage. It depends on who implements their game plan.
Ladies and gentlemen, this featherweight final is scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. This fighter weighs in at 65.55 kilograms with a professional fight record of 6 wins, 2 losses, and no draws. Fighting out of Lion's Den, Bunmi the Bone Bender Ojewole. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing and fighting out of the blue corner. This fighter weighs in at 66 kilograms with a professional fight record of 39 wins and only 1 loss. Introducing and fighting out of Tap Out, Clotilde the Beast Junior Esiane.
There's no intimidation here whatsoever. It's like she's on line to get a pack of guns.
This one's for all the marbles. Esiane versus Ojewole. First round of 5.
I like her distance control in the beginning.
Circumspect, sussing each other out. Bumne Ojewole, very proud of her Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu skills.
There she go.
Sporting that blue belt, and she shoots for the first takedown. And unluckily lands on her back with Essien in control on top in the guard of Ojewole. 20 seconds, of course, in effect. Now, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu experts don't mind being on the bottom, but they would like a bit more time.
It's very difficult to take down someone with long legs and sprawls, because then that waist is too high.
Essien, you would expect to invest in some kind of a kicking strategy, either by teep kicking to the midsection or taking out the leg kicks of the shorter opponents. And there we see the right hand being used into effect, just like you said, Michael.
Yeah, that's her weapon.
Bumi felt that power.
Because you're actually taking a chance if you're the taller person with being one-legged for a kick. So you can be taken down when you're on that one leg.
Working again on the ground, Essien seemingly to have some kind of a top control, but she's slipping and giving up her back to Bumne Ojewole, who Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, you don't give people that, they're back. Referee stands them back up. And here we go again in the first round. 5 rounds of 2 minutes. This one is for the money.
That was a powerful right hand from Essien. Bumi definitely felt her power.
Unfortunately, Bumi is moving to the wrong direction. She needs to move to her right to get away from Kishin's power hand.
And she'll find that out the hard way as soon as one detonates on that chin.
Yeah, she's felt it so far. One really good time. But she's got to circle away from her power.
And we got to remember, this is 5 rounds. No longer 3. They're now fighting 5 rounds of 2 minutes each.
So, from an opening round stance, who would you be prepared to give that one to?
Well, I'll give it to, undoubtedly, I'll give it to Essien. She had the hardest punch in the last round. That's my opinion.
Clotilde Essien versus Bumne Ojewole. Round number 2 in our final bout in the women's featherweight division.
So far,
It's about to get underway.
So far, Bumi has no answers for the bigger fighter. Let's see what she does in this round.
Opens up with a kick.
Still circling into her power.
And that could also be a trap strategy that's being employed, making her circle into that power shot. Cutting off the ring. Catches Ojewole in a strong neck hold. That guillotine kind of dissipated now. Ojewole finds herself in side control on Essien. Crowd is counting the referee down to get these two fighters back up and make it standing again.
So interesting enough, Essien seems to be handling her groundwork really, really well, because that was Bumne's strength.
And she doesn't have enough time to really implement a strategy on the ground. You only have 20 seconds. So that benefits Essien.
The thing that Ojewole is trying to do to me, in my opinion, is that she's not investing in striking enough. She's waiting for it to go to ground in the hopes to catch some kind of a hold, whereas Essien is just striking away and finding a room and a home for that right hand, as well as the teep kick to the midsection, which is sure to sap the power from her legs.
Absolutely. When you have a technique to watch out for, then you can start playing your chess game. You could throw it or throw something else. That's exactly what Essien is doing. She's catching her with front kicks, round kicks to the body, because she's worried about that right hand.
Ojewole is seemingly on her bike at the moment, trying to get away, but again, still circling into that right hand.
Wrong direction, yes.
Guys, we have to fight. We have to be busy the whole time. Do you understand?
Referee calling them together to get them to work. Again, that 10-second rule also means if you're not working for 10 seconds,
Fight!
the referee will make sure that she reminds you. Sienna landing some hard right hands.
Bumi has clearly never seen a fighter like Essien. She has no answers for her.
If she would only move to the right, she would find that she'd set up faster.
She actually looks confused in the corner. She's like, she's out of solutions. What can she do?
And she's only moving that one direction. It's just a shame that, I don't know, she's not being informed of the right thing. That's just what you don't do.
Safe to say that you'd expect that a comfortable lead is now being built by Essien?
Absolutely, absolutely. It's too easy for Essien to follow her with the right. I mean, she presents a weapon that she can plot anything from.
As we move into round number 3 here at Last Fighter Standing, the Ticket Pro Dome sold out in Randburg, Johannesburg, South Africa.
Seconds out, round number 3.
Round number 3 of this 5-round tilt. This one is for all the marbles, and here we go.
Back. Tom, are you ready? Back. But are you ready? Let's fight.
Uh-oh, she started out going to the right.
So surely, Michael, a coach should have a role to be playing in this and saying, listen, we know you keep moving to her strong hand, keep moving away. He should be telling her to move it back.
She should be moving her to her right. Essien leaves her left hand down. And you see, if she moved to her right and came over with an overhand right, she can catch Essien pretty clean.
Ojawale is being lit up by those right hands. Shoots for a takedown, finds herself in somewhat of a side control, but in between the legs of Essien. Essien seemingly well in control of the position. Another thing that you're not seeing too much of is the use of the elbows in the guard. You would think that when there's nothing much happening, you got an arm open, you got to throw it.
Well, she got tied up pretty well.
Essien, the taller, rangier fighter.
Looking very confident and in control.
Essien has not taken a heavy breath this entire fight.
Another takedown from Ojawale. Inside control, but her head well locked up. Essien doing very well to lock up that back leg of Ojawale. The referee stands him up. 20 seconds has elapsed again.
Fight.
To your point, Michael, Essien just seems so composed.
Absolutely.
Essien measuring, sticking out that left hand just to make sure her distance is right in order to land that right hand. Ojawale shooting for another takedown, but this time it's stuffed and she is turned over.
Going into the face, eh?
Very, very good control. She stopped herself from elbowing her in the back of the head.
Essien, I'm sure, would love nothing more than to create some kind of space to be able to rain down the hands, but the bell goes, and that is the end of round number 3.
So really, the coach for Essien is going to be saying, you're doing what you need to be doing, nothing to change on her game plan, and literally Bumi's coach should be saying to her, you got to move away from that straight.
Absolutely. If you watch the prior fight, that's exactly what you do. There are certain aspects and certain principles that are constant. If you are the shorter fighter, you cannot stay on the outside and just get hit by the longer rangier fighter.
Okay,
it's just not in your...
Michael, that's defense. Talk about attack and offense. How can Bumi actually penetrate Essien's defense and actually hit her?
Take a look at the last fight. Head movement and foot movement. Move to the correct side. Don't move into her power. You can set someone up by ducking out of the way, and then you've got somebody with a long reach. It takes them that much longer to bring it back and protect themselves.
Round number 4 about to get underway.
But are you ready? Move back.
Essien versus Ojawale. Essien is seemingly in control of this bout. Used her size, her range, and her right hand to great effect on the jiu-jitsu-minded Ojawale.
Look at Etienne's left hand. It's always down. If Bumni went to the right and then threw a overhand right, that is what she should be going for.
Etienne now in the top position, in control, trying to block that arm, lock it up underneath the knee to create some space to be able to rain down some strikes in the guard, which she is now in. Referee stands him up, 20 seconds.
Also, as directed in the last fight, when the taller person went for that strike, the shorter person ducked under it and took the taller person down. And that's another aspect that's not being used here.
Another stuffed takedown from Etienne, and now being able to rain down those elbows onto the side of Ojewale's head. She's in a bad position where she is right now.
That one got through. Oh,
that is landing cleanly. Ref calling a count. I haven't seen that happen yet tonight. A count off the floor.
She might have been in a position to see her eyes, and they could have glazed over. She got hit with some really good elbows just now.
Clean and on the ear hole. Ojewale really has some hard work to do if she's going to have any hope of winning this fight. Again, moving to the wrong side, right hand town.
There's a lane right for that right hand. You got to shut that lane down.
Bumi's just on survival mode. She's just trying to make it through the round.
And that bell couldn't have come quick enough. She was in deep trouble there again, with the bigger Etienne controlling things from the top position and raining down those big hands.
The ref helped her up. That's a little unusual.
Or maybe it's just after the ring, after the bell, decided I'll just give her a hand up.
And Etienne has been very simple in her approach. She's not done anything special.
That's maturity.
The fifth and final round here.
But are you ready?
The only way back for Bumni now is going to just be a haymaker, potentially a knockout. Otherwise, I think this is going Etienne's way.
She hasn't displayed that kind of power that I think could hurt Etienne tonight, whereas Etienne has been able to hurt her on multiple occasions at will.
Absolutely. She'd have to pull a Ronda Rousey. Get in and get an armbar.
Again, not having that size and the takedown completely stuffed, and now being rained down on from both sides of the head by the bigger Etienne. Comfortable, as you like, to stand in the pocket and stand above her and not have to worry about any kind of up kicks as well. Ojewale looks like she has completely run out of ideas now. Etienne stalking forward. Beautiful grab of the attempted kick and sweep kicking the bottom leg from underneath her and looking for those deadly kicks to come from the top standing position.
I think she was going for the body there.
Don't quite know what the ref is stopping that action for.
I think she thought that she was going for the face, the downed opponent.
Knees to a downed opponent. Yeah, okay, I can get that. Etienne just marching on to a big win here in her career. Ojewale has run out of ideas, pulling guard.
I think she's got to stay away from that stomp to the head.
It's become a simple game of physics now for the bigger Etienne. This has become a beatdown.
Neutral corner. 1, 2,
Ojewale not
3.
in any hurry to get back up.
There's no quitting Ojewale. One thing's for sure, she's doing a good job of surviving. But it's been all Etienne from round one.
You want to see both fighters end. You'd never want to see it getting stopped prematurely. And that is it. It comes to an end. 5 rounds of action here at Last Fighter Standing. And we're about to crown the very first women's featherweight champion.
Beautiful simplicity. She had a weapon and she exploited it.
And we're expecting a clean sweep on all of the judges' scorecards, at least according to our unofficial scorecards here.
Absolutely.
But hats off to Ojewole. She stood in the fire. She did her 5 rounds. She did her time. She did the whole journey to get to this position. Unluckily, just couldn't pull it out at the end.
Yeah, it's just the wrong strategy.
And SCN definitely deserves the plaudits from this massive crowd here tonight.
When you consider the way that Rushda Malik was knocked out, the way Razel Muhammad was knocked out, I really appreciate Bumi's skill in being able to survive 5 rounds with a deadly puncher such as Essien.
Tough as they come. And we send it up to our ring announcer Craig Ross to make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds in this featherweight final, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. And declaring your winner by unanimous decision and your new featherweight LFS champion of the world, fighting out of the blue corner, Clotilde the Beast Junior Essien.
As expected, a unanimous clean sweep on all the judges' scorecards. Your new women's featherweight champion, Clotilde Essien, who wins herself a share of R1 million, which is certainly life-changing to any fighter.
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know about you, but that was one hell of a fight.
And there it is, Essien picking up the check for 200,000 rand.